All right, so to start off, we're to remind you guys, we are going to be picking up on Super Debate League. We had two teams that will not be arguing this week. One forfeited the match. He had to work at his job today. So good news. Seth versus Trevor. Seth wins the first team match of the year. Um, as far as the other match, it's being put on hold until next week. So they're both new players. They really want to see what everybody has to offer. James, you and Josh tend to have a little bit more heated arguments. So I think it will be a learning experience for the new players. And then there's me and Todd as well, who will be doing it as
Heated.
well. Yeah, we get quite heated, obviously. Um, so, with that being said, I'm going to go over the way that it's going to work, and I'm going to flip a coin to see who's on which side, as well as whether or not it's day, whether or not it's night, and whether or not you have prep. Is that okay?
Yep.
Josh?
Fine with me.
All right, cool. So, coin flip. All right. So, we'll start off. How about day and night? So day will be heads, tails will be night. And we are looking at night. It will be night for you guys. So uh, it will be night. And then whether or not you guys have prep, yes is heads, tails is no. You guys will not have prep. What this means is that if you end up on defense, you'll have roughly 10 minutes to set up preparations. But the fight is starting right after that, so you don't have a week to prepare for your opponent. It's just the 10 minutes. Um, so night prep, no prep. Sorry, my bad. No prep and night. Um, you guys, I already rolled on the board for locations to find out where you're going to be. For you two, you will be on the Triskelion for this argument. James, I think you know what the Triskelion is. Josh, do you remember what the Triskelion is?
Isn't that the flying HQ of Shield?
Yes, it's the mega helicarrier, the ridiculously big one. So yes, it's a Marvel location, the Triskelion. Um, so Triskelion, it'll be at night, and you will not have prep. Okay. So now for this last flip, before I flip it, do either of you not want to be defense? Remember, defense gets first word and last rebuttal.
Yeah, I'll see how the flip goes. We'll see how this plays out for this stuff.
Okay. So then,
Yeah.
Josh. Okay, so both of you want defense. So then we'll assign it in order of name. So James, since yours is JA, we're gonna go with your heads, and then Josh will be tails. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So winner of the coin flip is James. So James, you will be on defense. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So what this overall arching means, you guys will have a certain amount of time for each section. Um, the first is 1 minute. James, you will be spending 1 minute setting up your defense. So this is 10. So like I said, you have 10 minutes of prep essentially. You're gonna tell me in 1 minute how are you going to prepare for getting attacked by whoever Josh is bringing? Okay. Um, and then after that 1 minute, the both of you will receive time. It'll be 2 minutes each to set up defense or set up your offense or tell or break down your opponent's defense, however it is you see fit. And then both of you will receive another 2 minute rebuttal. Okay. Uh, so it should go 1 minute, 2 minute, 2 minute, 2 minute, 2 minute. Oh wait, no, sorry, it's 3 minutes for the second for the first one. Sorry, so it should go 1, 3, 3, 2, 2. Is that okay?
I think so.
Okay. So and in order, it'll go James, Josh, James, Josh, James, and that's the end of it. Okay. All right.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys have your lists. Um, do you guys want to start off by saying what you guys wanted to use for? Because have you guys talked about what you want your arguments to be?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got like 3 or 4 minutes because I put aside obviously 15 minutes for each argument. So we have like 3 or 4 minutes to discuss this real quick. Um, is there a preference that you wanted to use, Josh? Like, do you have like a couple characters that might work for you?
I've got this look. Uh, got
Uh,
Nero, Kitty Pryde, and Resurrection Man. 4 of them that I can remember off the top of my head.
Okay, so Kitty Pryde, Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender, is that correct?
Yep,
Wait, really?
correct.
yeah, he is Aang.
I just gotta make sure that's not. Okay, that's right. We gave Toph. I forgot. I just remembered Daniel had a list. So okay, so you have Aang, Kitty Pryde, Resurrection Man, and who's the last one?
Green Arrow.
Green Arrow. All right. James, do you have 4 people that you might want to argue this week?
Oh, so like we're doing teams now for this.
No, it's just a single, but I don't know if you guys want to talk or if you just want to say
Oh.
who you want to use.
I have Iron Man, Thor. What was my low tiers? Spider Man or pull up my list.
Wow.
Or
Yeah, he's got some really
Hulkling.
good characters, Josh. So
Who was that last?
What?
Who was that last one, James?
Hulkling.
Hulkling, the boyfriend of Wiccan, I think.
Yep. The Kree Skrull kid.
Kree and Skrull. Okay, so with that knowledge, sounds like Josh doesn't want to face him. But James, is there one of your characters you specifically wanted to use this week?
Iron Man was the one I was going in with this for.
Okay.
So that was the one I had the original idea for.
So if you're planning Iron Man, Josh, out of the 4 that you listed, do you feel comfortable with any of them enough to argue against Iron Man?
Shit. The big problem I have with this is all of his characters are great here.
Yeah, unfortunately. I will say,
Josh.
randomly, you think that's bad? You want to know what my match? I'm up against Todd. We're gonna do Magneto versus Wiccan, and
Oh God.
I knew this before I rolled the stuff, and we got New York City. We're surrounded by metal beams. I'm fucked too.
Yeah.
So it's like this isn't like.
Well,
like,
Josh, this is my team. I have Beast, Hawkeye, Blade, Spider-Man, Hulkling, Black Widow, Captain America, Iron Man, Doctor Doom, Rogue, Carol Danvers, Hank Pym, Scarlet Witch, Thor, or Doctor Strange.
so all people that are really familiar
So-
with the Triskelion.
Yeah,
You literally went with
all Marvel. Yep. I even got the big three. I got Cap, Iron Man, and Thor.
Yeah. Quite frankly, flip a coin. Heads Kitty Pryde, tails Aang.
All right, go over to the coin flipper real quick. Heads. So Kitty Pryde.
All right.
All right. So just make sure. Yep, we're still recording. Good. All right. So I'm gonna end up muting myself, and what I'll do is I'll ask you guys that you're okay to start your argument, and then once you say yes, I'll say begin, and then I'll mute myself. And then it's up. I'll unmute myself when the time is up, and I'll let you know time is up. Or you can tell me ahead of time, hey, saving time. Cut it. Okay.
Okay.
So this is just a 1v1. This is it, and then we're done, all right? So,
Yep.
James, so this first minute, once again, reiterating, your first minute is nothing but setting up defenses. So this is just how you're going to be prepared, how you're going to set the field. For Josh, for your edification, and for any people that watch this, what he says in the first minute is essentially verbatim. Okay, so he can't like in a later thing be like, oh well, they're you know they're anti this as well. If he wants them to be that, he's gonna have to stop and upgrade them, stuff like that. Okay,
Yep.
this is what he says is what he does in this situation. 10 minutes waiting
Yeah.
for Kitty Pryde to attack the skeleton. So that being said, James, if you're ready, go ahead and begin, and I'll start the clock as soon as you start ticking.
All right. Well, to start us off with, I'm going to basically fly in as Iron Man, specifically with the Armor 51, I believe it's called. And basically, I'm going to take full control of the place. That's not something I'm going to need prep for with Iron Man. His between his armor and his mind, that's a matter of 10 seconds, not 10 minutes. I will easily take control of this place, get the weapons, the security system, everything running on my watch, and basically keeping track of stuff. I don't think I have to worry about any shield agents or anything if they are here, because, well, I'm Iron Man. And then after that, I will basically wait at the bridge for you, kind of sit down the defense and just wait to see what you do. So, yeah, saving time. That's
No time to be saved. But yes, that is it. So now, once again, to reiterate, Josh is now going to go to you. You have 3 minutes to say how you're gonna stop him essentially. Set up your normal offense. This is from this point forward. It's just a normal debate. Okay.
Okay. 'Kay. 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 'Kay Okay. So, gonna be dropping in from X jet, phase through it, phase right into command center area of the Triskelion, and oh, fuck. Yeah. There's not going to
Yeah.
be any point in me hacking because you're right there. So all I'm going to do is just kind of phase in, grab parts of your armor, rip them off, try to grab off the repulsors first. Obviously, those are the biggest problem. Uh, as we keep fighting, I'll just tearing off bits and pieces of your armor as we go, and eventually rip off your helmet, give you a good punch to the face, knock you out cold. That's all I got right now.
All right.
Is that correct? Josh?
What?
So then you're saving time, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, so just to reiterate, your plan is to tear apart his armor and knock him out physically, correct?
Yes.
All right.
All right.
So James, when you're ready, you got 3 minutes on the clock. Go ahead.
Okay. So to start off with, ripping apart this armor is not very likely since it is a combination of nanotech and machinery. So if you try to rip off any, it will just pick it back up and reforge it into the armor or just make more. This specific armor is highly advanced. It's the fusion. It's basically Tony trying to fuse all of his previous armors into one. So he can literally think of anything and make it with this armor. If you try to use your intangibility on it, one of the features that he does have within multiples of his armor is to deal with vision, is to actually fry out people with intangibility. So that won't work on my armor. You're going to have to probably try something else, maybe get to the weapons vault. But either way, this armor moves at, or just in general, most of his armors move at the speed of thought. And this is Tony Stark, who thinks at a picosecond, which is 1/1,000,000th of a second. So I can move pretty fast. I know your intangibility is going to be a problem, but basically I just got to wait for you to be solid enough and knock you out. So if you try and go intangible through me, that'll take you out of the fight first. Saving time.
All right, cool. Wow, you guys are moving right ahead.
Yeah.
So, Josh, just a reminder, you can look things up right now during the event, obviously.
I would like to also add something in for Josh so that he knows it going into this. Because just to be fair, Kitty Pryde's the one that had that intangibility thing happen to her, so she would know that. You don't. So if you're worried that you would do it without knowing that, your character would know about that fail safe for his armor.
Oh.
Yeah, that's knowledge your character would have.
All right.
Okay. Do you need a second to look something up, or do you got a counter argument already? Are you ready to go, or?
Second here.
my goal is to edit out the parts where we're paused. So it's not that big of a deal if we have to take a moment to look something up if you're like unsure about anything and you just want to make sure you're saying the right thing or something. So
Or if you need to look up something about my character as well. So
Got it. Oh,
it's obviously a much more relaxed argument environment because there's no way that I'd be able to implement no going on the internet anyways. Obviously, because I'm not by you. So I just figured own it, give it a shot, see what happens, see what people have to come up with, and this alleviates some studying needed. So
well, I think I've got a bit of counter plan here.
all right. So I'll mute myself whenever you're ready. Go ahead, and I'll start the clock. 2 minutes on the clock to start.
Okay. Once I phase in and I notice the armor, I would change my plan of trying to phase through and rip it apart, and instead use my knowledge of Triskelion and basic shield tech, figure out where the most powerful wires, cables are, just phase through the panels, rip them out, use those in my attacks against you, grab anything I can use as a weapon at a distance, using my swordsmanship abilities and my dance training to dance around your blasts from your repulsors. And like I said, keep you at a distance, but still getting in decent strikes on you. Hopefully, ripping away your helmet time and time again with any kind of pole or whatever I grab as a weapon. Bash it away and knock you out cold. Done.
Correct. So Josh, your plan is to, if I'm gathering this correctly, you're saying that you're going to um, essentially try to short circuit the nanites using the big electrical wires. Is that what you said?
Correct.
And then the other part was utilizing improvised weapons to bash the tech and hopefully get to his head.
Correct.
All right, cool. Just want to make sure that I got that right. All right. So James, when you're ready, final rebuttal. 2 minutes on the clock. On your mark.
okay. So you're gonna try and use electricity to take me out. I've survived multiple nuclear warheads and EMPs with specifically with his armors, and on top of that, even if you do get the electricity on me, the worst it's gonna do is maybe short it for a brief moment. Even if you do, we're able to somehow remove me from the armor or start beating me up, the armor is going to come back online, and I will be able to immediately one tap you because Tony Stark has been able to make the Sentry bleed with one of his armors. Now, that being said, you're probably not going to get that far. You said you're going to do a lot to dodge what I'm going to do, firing my repulsors, which are move at light speed. I don't think you're going to dodge them that well. But if you do, what's happening is, remember I said Tony thinks at a picosecond, which is a trillionth of a second, meaning that he's running through this armor on what his nanites should be doing right now, which would be building a device that could, in the armor, that could just generate a field, like basically like an EMP field, but one to short out somebody that's trying to phase through things. It's not me prepping for you. It's my armor going, okay, we need to build something. How long is it going to take for the armor to forge this? And then it's going to be keeping you away from me as long as I need it to get that thing built into the armor. My defense is held up against things like the Void and stuff, so I might not be the most powerful Avenger. I might not be the most stubborn Avenger, but I can take a hit and keep on trucking, as Thor has proven multiple times. So your electricity, even if you do manage to get on me, isn't going to do much. Most of the weapons in this place I've either built, helped build, or in some way, a form have assisted with. So I am going to know these better than even you do. Worst case scenario, I'm going to basically fly around you till you can't really think of what else to do, and then knock you out when I get a chance. Iron Man kind of is a pretty beast character with his physical feats, I found out in the last day. Nothing to snuff about. So, yeah, I guess saving time.
Got it.
You hit 2.
And by last several days, I mean, yeah.
All right, cool. So that's the final rebuttal. Next, we're gonna post this this coming Tuesday. It'll get posted. So Todd, I know you joined at the last couple of arguments there. So if you want to watch the rest of it, it will be up on Tuesday.
Okay.
And we're asking that anyone that's part of this, at the very minimum, watch it. But anyone that wants to watch and then say who they felt won, what argument they felt was a stronger argument, or if they felt that the character would have won over the other based on what was said, to just let me know, and we'll take any votes we can into consideration. All right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to step
All right.
forward.